trying to get a thumbnail. It's just not working right now. It's just not working. Hey guys. My name is Heather. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today we're going to be talking about all of the historical romances that I've bought lately. It's quite a bit because I see everybody talking about historical romance and I was like, let me just jump on that bandwagon because I need to. So I went out and bought some from Barnes & Noble. Also bought some from, what's that one store? Second and Charles. Also bought some for them, or from that store as well. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. I have like 15 books to talk about, sort of. You probably already heard of them since I am so late jumping on the bandwagon for historical romance. Now I will tell you that historical romances, and you're also crooked. I don't understand why I can't get this right. There. That's better. Okay. I've never read historical romance. Like I've read some, but it's not my favorite genre. But since everybody has been like, oh my god, historical romance, you know, I wanted to try to give it a go again. So I bought a bunch of different types. I bought some Scottish ones. I bought some ones that are based in the US. I bought some that are like regal romances about like dukes and princesses or princes. It's a hard word. So it's a mix. It's a mix. And then I bought some that are supposed to be like super scandalous as well. So we'll see. And I guess I'll just go ahead and talk about the first one that I have been like this entire time. So the first one that I have right here is by Catherine Caskey, and this is To Sin with a Stranger. And this is about brothers, the Sinclair brothers, that are supposed to be based off of the 7 deadly sins, and one woman gets caught up in all of the sinnery that's going on here. I think she's been sold off to a white, can you hear my stomach? It's growling. Oh, okay, she gets paid £10,000 if she marries a Sinclair. So there are 7 choices and she gets to make her choice on which one she enjoys, I think. I love it because of the step back, like that's, or the step back, that's pretty. But it just sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like a forbidden romance, marriage for convenience, something like that. So if she doesn't marry one of them, then she can go into, or she is going to be like put in poverty or whatever. So sounds cute. Sounds cute. And it's by HarperCollins, Avon Romance. A lot of these are Avon or Avon or however you say it, romances. They put out a lot of romances. Another one that I have is by Sarah McLean, and this is The Rogue Not Taken. This is book 1 of the Scandalous and Scoundrel series. That set back is pretty too, if you can see it. I like the purple, like the bluish purple. This is about Lady Sophia, who ends up in a scandal, and a guy named King hasn't ever met a woman that he can't charm. Supposedly Sophia is supposed to be like, of the 3 sisters, she's supposed to be the one that's the most boring until she gets in this scandal and she pushes her one of her brother-in-laws into a pond, and this catches King's attention, and he, like I said, has never met a woman that he can't woo, and supposedly he's having a hard time getting her. So I like it when people have to try super hard in romances. I don't really like the insta love thing. I like it when they have to try. So this kind of sounds like I wouldn't say like a full enemies to lovers, but, well, I mean, it says war or more, so it says he thinks she's trying to trick him into marriage. She won't have him. He were the last man on earth. So yeah, it is enemies to lovers. So excited about this. You know, I love a good enemies to lovers, and she sounds like my kind of girl. So okay. The next one is by Eloise James, and this is Say Yes to the Duke. I've heard nothing but great things about this book. That's one reason why I bought it. This step back is really pretty too, and this is about a woman named Viola, and she's very, very shy. She's one of the, like, a good girl that doesn't like to be scandalous in public, doesn't like to show PDA in public. It says that she's very shy to even dance with someone, and this guy named Devin will stop at nothing to get to marry her. So evidently it's their romance about her being, like, rejecting him and then him trying to woo her. Sounds really good, and evidently Devin is no saint, so he's a bad boy. She's a good girl. Sounds pretty good. Again, it's by Avon Books, so evidently Avon Books has got it going on. This next one, this one sounds really funny. This is by Girlane. Ooh, did I say that wrong? Yes, I probably did. Dawson. This is Simmer All Night, and this is one of the ones that's set in the U.S. This is about a woman who was crowned the Queen of Chile in Texas, and what is her name? Christina. So she makes a really good pot of chili and takes it to the chili, like, showdown type thing that they have, and she ends up winning, I don't know why I said that weird. Catches the attention of this guy named Cole, and she has to basically nurse him back to health through chili, I'm assuming. It sounds really funny. I don't really know if I'm giving you, like, the best interpretation. Why can't I speak today? Like, the best detail of this, but the step back is really cute. It's funny. I think this is going to be really funny, just because it's based off of chili, somebody liking the chili, somebody getting nursed back to health. I think it's going to be really, really funny and cute. And evidently he's like, he has to locate the missing copy of the Republic of Texas Declaration of Independence. So he's on a hunt for something and meets her. I think I need to eat because my stomach keeps growling. The next one seems like a pretty serious one. This is by Catherine Lynn Davis, and this is Sing to Me of Dreams. So this is about a woman named Selah, I believe her name is, and when a tragedy strikes in her homeland, she is sent to this place, or she's sent to I think it's Europe, yeah. She's sent to Europe to a family called the Ivies, and in that family she is just taken from her entire life and thrown into this European traditional family, and she doesn't really know what she's supposed to be doing and all that kind of stuff. But then she meets this guy named Julian, and they end up falling in love, I believe. This step back is very, very pretty. And the headline on here says, in the great Pacific Northwest, she was born between her Indian destiny and a powerful, exquisite love. So I think that this is going to have a lot of meaning behind it, especially because she has been uprooted from what she knows and thrown into a life that she has no idea what's going to happen and no idea how to, like, live that life as a European. So I feel like this is going to be a really, really important book. Plus, I think it's going to be very sweet. So we'll see how it goes. Julian and Selah sound really cute, and I think it's going to be a good book. And I've read some of it, and it's written very flowery, so don't know about that, but the cover is beautiful. I love the cover. All the flowers and stuff. It's pretty. Excited about that. The next one I'm really excited about. This is by Beverly Jenkins. This is called Night Song, and I don't really know anything about this besides it's supposed to be full of passion, and yes, and I've heard nothing but fabulous things about Beverly Jenkins's historical romances. She was one of the ones that I was really looking for, and I'm just like to read it. So this is about a girl named Kara and a guy named Chase, and evidently Chase has been wanting Kara for a really long time, and finally something happens between them. And he evidently is not going to stop until he gets her, because on the back it says that Kara has tried to repel his advances for a really long time, so finally she gives in. Super excited about it. Have you read this? If you have, leave me a comment down below and let me know and tell me what you thought about it. Alright, the next one I have is by Jackie Delisandro, I apologize, and this is Love in a Single Heiress. The step back on this is very pretty as well. And this is supposed to be forbidden romance, I believe. I don't really know, but Catherine has written a excerpt for a book that is very, very scandalous, and she's kind of ostracized. And now Andrew, her new guardian and her brother's best friend, is not of noble lineage, and he's kind of ostracized as well. So it's about their love and all that good stuff. It's supposed to be full of passion. It's supposed to be full of secrets and his unspoken love for her. So we shall see. Excited about that. Maybe it's like a forbidden thing too. I don't know. Not sure. But excited to read it. The next one is Forbidden. This is by Elizabeth Lowell. And I just bought it because of that. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. I love all the colors. But evidently this is about forbidden love. And that's really all. I'm going to look into it because I've heard that if you know more about this book than you're supposed to, it's not as good. So I'm not going to go into it. And I can't get these stupid stickers off. I hate it when people do that. Like, why put a super sticky sticker on the face of a book? The next one I have is again by Jackie Delisandro, and this is Who Will Take This Man? Step back on that. It's pretty. And evidently this is about a guy who is like, he's cursed, so to say, and every time he tries to marry somebody it goes horribly wrong until he meets this girl named Meredith, and Meredith is trying to hook him up with some other people, but she starts to fall in love with him. It's about their romance. This sounds fun. Sounds really fun. I like a cursed story about somebody thinking that they're cursed and they can't find love and all that kind of stuff, but it's really just fate bringing those two people together. Love that. Let's talk about this one. So this is Tessa by Tessa Dare. This is the Wallflower Wager. Girl Meets Duke. Pretty step back. And this is about a guy named Gabriel Duke who is considered ruthless. This is about a guy named Gabriel Duke who's considered ruthless and nobody likes him and everybody's scared to be around him because he's just a broody man, and I love broody men. Until he meets Lady Penelope, who is lost and wounded, and she meets him. She's scared of him. He starts to have like deeper feelings for her, so he starts to show his cushy inside of that brooding man, and I love a brooding man. Love a brooding man who's actually a softy on the inside. My kind of dude right there. Alright, and then the last like mass paperback edition that I have is A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. This really isn't considered a historical romance, but it is a regional romance, so that's why I wanted to put it in here. And this is basically like a retelling of Cinderella, but we have Melody Smith, who isn't much for fairy tales, doesn't really believe in love. She's going to school. She's in the middle of her schooling when this prince who just keeps on and keeps on and keeps on and keeps on trying to get with her, and she just like, no, I'm not interested. But finally she ends up meeting him, and then she ends up seeing that he's really not all that bad, and he's pretty good looking, and he's just very sweet, but his advances kind of like throw her off a little bit. So I've heard people rave about this, and of course it's Alyssa Cole, so yes, but excited to read this. This is the first one in the Reluctant Royal series. So now I have two books that aren't mass paperbacks, but they are still considered historical romance. This one is called A Knight in Rusted Armor by Bambi Lynn, and Bambi and I know each other, so happy to have this and happy to support her on her author journey. Love supporting indie authors. This is about a girl named Allie and a guy named Thornan, and Thornan is a warrior or a knight. Yeah, he's a knight, I guess, but warrior, whatever. But he is fighting for Allie's love. That's really all I know. That's really all I want to know. So excited to read this and excited to support an indie author. And the headline on here is "Duty is the Essence of Manhood." So I guess it's in his duty to fight for the woman. I don't know. I really don't know how historical romances work, so kind of just like out in left field, out of glove. The next one is by Lucia Amanobi, and this is Winds of Fate. This is about a girl named Leah who has been ostracized and basically beaten to death, almost to death, and she's just been thrown out of her hometown. And then she meets this guy named Andrew. All he has wanted is freedom, so I think that Andrew is part of the reason why she gets ostracized from her town, or from her hometown or whatever, and thrown into another one. Don't really know, but I know that he wants to escape his enslavement. I don't really know much about it, but I'm excited to read it. The headline is "An unwanted forest filled with ex-convicts, starving residents, schemers, and murderers will love and hope conquer all." So evidently everybody's like dying and everybody's starving and all that kind of stuff. So sounds good though. Excited to read this, and I am reviewing this book for the author. So those are all the historical romances that I have bought recently. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what historical romances you have picked up lately or that you were planning on reading soon. And hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Come back and watch more. Have a good day. Oh yeah, comment too. Bye.